first and foremost, black man, you gotta understand that you are the head of your household. That's what you first gotta understand. And before you can understand that, before you the head of the household, you gotta first understand who is your head. Your head is the Most High, our Lord, our Father. That's who our head is.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But the head of every man is Christ.
Say what?
The head of every man is Christ.
Now, the head of every man is Christ. Meaning what? Meaning everybody's got to take order from somebody, man.
Right.
And who we take order from is Christ. That's who we take order from. Go ahead, keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Say what?
The head of the woman is the man.
The problem is, we don't understand this. We don't understand this right here in the Bible. We don't understand. That's why we have so much. That's why we have so much problem going on in our household right now. Because we dealing with a demon. We don't even understand what we dealing with. We think we just dealing with our women. No, brother, you dealing with a demon. That's what you dealing with.
All my niggas ride for me. I got niggas that'll die for me. You niggas ain't built like that.
The Bible is telling you right here, clear as day. Clear as day. It's giving you a hierarchy. It's telling you an order. There's an order in everything in life. Whether you want to go from the animal kingdom or you want to go to man, there's an order in everything. It's a natural order in everything. It's a natural order. There has to be somebody that gives order and there has to be somebody that carries out the order.
That's right.
So there's no way you can have two heads in a household. You're going to have conflicts all the damn time.
Right.
That's right. Keep going.
And the head of Christ is God.
Say what?
And the head of Christ.
Now this is your hierarchy. Now this is the ranking order. This is the ranking structure. Now what does that have to do with you and your black woman? What does this scripture have to do with you and your black woman? Why am I having a brother pull out Corinthians 11:3? Well, the reason why I'm having a brother pull this out is for order. Because if you can't get to establish, if you can't understand this scripture, man, then there's no way you can get order in your household. This right here is establishing order. If you can establish this in your household, this is the beginning of getting your household in order. We want to understand why we can't get our black women over. Well, first of all, how about we get our own household in order before we can try to get the black community in order? We want to understand how we can get the black man in the household. Well, brother, I'm trying to keep the black man in the household.
That's right.
That's what we come out here to do. We're preaching product to the I.S.U.P.K. We get trying to get the black man back in the household. We trying to keep that black man in the household. And we doing that by pulling these scriptures, by showing you this rank order, by showing you what's going on. We got so much bickering and going back and forth, but we can't understand how to deal with these men, how to deal with these women. You want to know why we don't know how to deal with these women? Because we didn't see that growing up in our own household. We didn't grow up seeing a good structured household. We didn't grow up seeing a great family structure. A lot of us don't even know what that looks like to even know what to look for. Then we get mad and upset. We act surprised when we get a sister like, what's DDG baby mama name? Haley Berry. We get upset, we get surprised when we see stuff like that. Well, you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. Look at your community, man. That's what we're surrounded by. Because that's what they put on TV and social media. And they push that in propaganda. And they push that on us. Keep going, brother.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4. Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Say what?
But the head of every man is Christ.
This is what this is who we're supposed to be following. We're supposed to be following the laws of the Bible. We're not supposed to be following the law of the land, man. We should be following the laws of the Bible. This is what we're supposed to be following out there. Everything has been set up for us in here, man. Everything has been set up in here for us. Drop that. Give me the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 31 and 10. We're going to keep going and show you the roles in here, man. The roles of what a woman's supposed to be doing. And it's twofold. Because as this, now, what you've been the leader, as you as the black man in the household, you have a responsibility. So it's not like you just barking orders at your woman or barking orders at your children. Nah, man, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility, man. So it's not just so you get arrogant and big-headed. Man, you have a responsibility, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You got a responsibility. You got a duty and a job to teach, to raise your children, to teach your wife, because as you teach your wife, she's gonna teach them children, man. That's what we're supposed to be children. You train up a child. You train up a child, and when they grow up, they'll do good.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing a bit. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Say what?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can tell me what that word means? Who can tell me what the word virtuous means? Can anybody tell me? Who can find a virtuous woman? Well, let's Google it real quick. Let's see what it says. So we don't take my word for it. Let's look it up. Read it from the top.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Stop. Now I just Googled it, so it ain't my words. It ain't my words. I ain't making this up. Now this is what the definition says. Virtuous. It's like it. My bad.
Virtuous, having or showing high moral standards.
Say that again.
Having or showing high moral standards.
So according to the Bible, a virtuous woman is a what? A woman that has what?
High moral standards.
Not Sexy Red and Cardi B. Those ain't high virtue. Those aren't virtuous women. Those women ain't got high standards. Right. Those aren't virtuous women according to the Bible.
Right.
Not Holly Berry, Sexy Red, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. Those aren't virtuous women. But you know who look up to those women? Our women do.
That's right.
That's the sad part.
That's right.
Our sisters look up to those women as if they're virtuous women. And you know what else? Having a skill set is a virtuous woman. Learn how to cook, learn how to sew, like our grandmothers used to do, man.
Right.
That's a part of being a virtuous woman. And you know what a virtuous woman also is? She is not asking for child support. She's not asking why you coming home so late. She's not asking what's these late text messages that you get. She's not asking that. You know why? Because she's too busy. So I guess. And she's not telling you that she's bringing everything to the table, man.
Right.
You know what's crazy? In today's time, if you ask a black woman what she brings to the table, she'll flip the damn table over, man. If you ask her that, she'll say, I am the table. I am the mother and the father. That's what she'll tell you. You know why? Because in today's time, they give the women the jobs. They give the women all the high-ranking jobs, and they do that all as a setup, all by design. You know why? Because they know when they give Eve and our sisters, when they give our sisters those jobs, they're gonna feel superior to us. And it's a good thing for a brother to tell his woman to close her mouth sometimes, man.
Right.
Again, when it's necessary.
Right.
I'm not talking about brothers that just want to be a damn pirate. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when it's necessary and when it needs to. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? Now, most people read this scripture and they'll just read past it. But what you gotta ask yourself is, why is the Bible asking this question?
Right.
Like the Bible didn't say when you find a virtuous woman. It didn't say that. It didn't say, it says what?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
It said who can find a virtuous woman. Why is it saying that? Right. You wanna know why? Because a virtuous woman isn't something that you just walk down the street like a piece of pebble or rock and you just find.
Right.
It's not something that's common.
Right.
So, and you can't just log on to Tinder or Twitter or MySpace, people still using that. You can't just log on social media and then you're gonna find one.
Right. That's right.
You ain't gonna find her on OnlyFans. You ain't gonna find them up there. You gonna find something, but it ain't gonna be a virtuous woman.
Right.
Just ask Diddy. Salakia. So when you wanna find a virtuous woman, go ahead, read from the top.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Go ahead.
Her price is more, Salakia. Her price is far above rubies.
That's her what?
Her price is far above rubies.
Her price is far above rubies, meaning what? Meaning she's priceless, brother.
Right.
She's priceless because it's not something that's common like a pebble or rock.
Right.
Something that you just stumble across.
Right.
Look at today's time. When you go on social media, all you see, man, is nonsense. All you see is our sisters want to twerk, bend over. They want to be 304s. You got Cardi B out here twerking. Cardi B still married. She's still married, twerking on Trayvon Diggs. That's all you see.
Right.
And then what's sad part about that is our sisters, our young daughters, they look up to that.
Right.
They look up to Cardi B, the Sexy Reds. They look up to that. You know what? And you know what, brothers? You can't even blame our sisters. You know why? Because we the same brothers that'll complain, but they go on Instagram and press that like button.
Right.
We the same brothers that'll do that. So as bad as I want to get on the sisters, black man, I also got to get on us.
Right.
That's why I said, although I'm getting on sisters, I got to get on black men. Because they don't get out of this without us, brother. There's no way I can get on the sisters without getting on us.
Right.
Because you know when the black woman's gonna get right? When we get right.
That's right. That's damn right.
Because the only reason why black women are dressing like sluts and whores is because we want sluts and whores.
That's right.
They know we want to sleep with sluts and whores. And you know where that comes from? It comes from the oppressor.
That's right.
Because he is the root cause of all our issues. You add Christianity and the oppressor's characteristics, and you get African Americans.
That's right.
You won't get Israelites. That's not Israelite culture.
That's right.
We don't do that. The only reason why we started doing that is because we started following after America and their traditions.
Right.
If you took black people out of America, not the physical land, but I mean spiritually, meaning if we separated from America, if you took us out of that, we'll detach ourselves from all this stuff, man, and we will do and participate in Israelite customs.
That's right.
But because we're following after Meg Thee Stallion, Sexy B, and Cardi Rez, that's what our sisters look up to, and that's what they do. That's what our sisters follow after. That's what they look up to. Because our sisters know that's who we really want to be with, if we've been honest. That's who we want to sleep with.
That's right.
That's who we want to sleep with. That's who we looking up to, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Right. Verse 11. The heart.
Meaning she's priceless. That's why I'm saying far above rubies, because this is priceless. Man, like how you try to find that right now in today's time. Do you know how hard this is to find? Do you know how hard it is to find something like that in today's time? Just in America alone. Go ahead.
Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly.
She do what?
She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly.
Wool and flax. This is sisters that's working. This is a working sister. This sister right here is working. Wool, you know what wool is? It's fabric, material. This is a sister that's working. How many sisters y'all know right now? How many sisters right do y'all know in today's time? Not your grandmothers, not your aunties. But y'all know, I'm talking about the young chicks. How many sisters do you know right now that know how to sew?
Right.
I want to know. It done got real quiet. It got real, you hear a pin drop out of the line, real quiet. Watch this. But how many sisters you know how to twerk?
Good night.
Yeah, I guarantee you probably know more sisters that know how to twerk than to sew. Tell me if I'm lying.
Right.
Now that's how hard it is to find a virtuous woman.
That's right.
Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
It says she seeketh, meaning what? Meaning she's looking.
Right.
This sister is always working. She's always looking for something to do. She's always being productive. She's not just sitting around doing nothing. She's either at the house taking care of the kids, out working. That sister's always doing something. This is a virtuous woman, man. These are the characters. Oh, come on. Read that last part one more again up.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, at the end. And worketh willingly with her hands.
Whoa. What?
Worketh willingly.
Willingly. Key word. Willingly. With what?
With her hands.
With her hands. Not her ass, like it.
That's right.
Not with her rear end. She ain't been over twerking.
Right.
She ain't been over twerking. She's not doing that. She's not in the damn street acting like a damn hooker. She's not working with her body, man.
That's right.
She's working, man. Because if you could bend over and twerk, you could bend over and work. That's
right.
what this sister in here is doing. This is a virtuous woman.
Right back at you again. Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular.